Welcome back to Scooter Gang, guys. Today we have an extra special episode. This is a scooter I've wanted for 2 years. Thank you to Teverun Motors in Melvin for the opportunity. Love how this scooter looks. Let's see how it rides. That's what we're really gonna find out. Today we're just gonna open it up and get everything checked out, make sure it looks good, and show you how easy it is to set up a scooter. That it comes with a hat. That's sweet. Looks like we get to wear this the rest of the video. Check that out. Very well packed scooter. You can tell right off the bat this uses custom made foam pieces here, and nothing moves around. Nothing is even possible to touch the edge and poke a hole through it. And the outside of the box turned up very nicely. They did use a special shipping company I've never heard of before, and I'm not going to leak the company in case they want to keep it special for them, but they did come very nicely and brought it all the way down the driveway on a pallet jack, so I didn't have to lift anything. They brought it right here. Big scooter, comes on a pallet. It's 170 pounds, but they'll bring it right to your driveway. So it is nice shipping, very easy and convenient, and it looks to be perfectly packaged here. I bet this is our charger. That has to be the widest charger I've ever seen. Let me just give you guys some context quick. Here's the Teverun charger, and just for reference, here's the G-Space charger. Yeah, it's a little thicker, but definitely a beefy charger. Looks like 5 amps. Looks like the only other main thing in here, guys, is this. We got, this is gonna be the pieces to put our handlebar on. There's end caps to go over your axle nuts, little tool in the manual. The scooter also comes with the app. They have a Teverun app that there's a lot of features on it. We'll be checking that out too. All right, now for the fun part, we get to reveal the scooter. Come over here, come here. Look at, ready? The reveal. Wow, it's bigger than I remember. Wow, look at the size of the mud guard. It's like
my God,
twice the size of my hand just for the mud guard. Crazy, crazy. All right, this looks nice. Looks like they pre-greased in here. You can see there's a little bit of grease, so that's going to help with any sort of rubbing here initially. It should keep this pretty quiet. I'll fold this up here. Look at this beautiful stem though. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's a gorgeous scooter. And here we see the iconic dual steering dampers, one on each side. They definitely started that, and we'll see how good the steering is now. This is a version 5, guys. They went through 5 different versions now, and they've lowered it. They've changed different things with the geometry. I'm pumped about this. Look at that mother. Look at that mother.
oh,
It's huge. They keep getting bigger and bigger, guys. This is the biggest scooter I've ever gotten, for sure. Yeah, massive mud guards. Time for the real test. Can I lift it? You lift with your legs, right? Oh, it's a heavy one. Oh. I think on this one it's so heavy, we're gonna use the cutting the edge technique. We're gonna cut the box right here, and just slide it out. Because it's so heavy, I don't wanna hurt myself, and you shouldn't do that either. So I'll show you how to do the cut the box technique. Just like that. And now we can see our beautiful scooter has a way out of the box. And even now, let's try just lifting one end at a time. See if it's possible to just, you know, well, let's take that off first. Oh yeah, way easier. Wow, massive motors. I think these are 2,500 watt motors, so they're 25% bigger than our G-Space. This part, I don't want to scratch it up. I'll be extra careful on this part. That is beautiful. Wait till it lights up too. It's got all the Dualtron lights on it. It's like the Dualtron lights, but a way better scooter than Dualtron ever made. Oh, look at that. It comes with a straight up car beeper.
whoa, straight up car key.
Straight up car key.
You ever seen that scooter gang?
There's one I have a card key for. That Glee Ride one had a card key. I think there's one other one, but this rare. It's nice when they have that feature. And there's our screen. There's our grips. And our headlight. Sure, when you guys do this, so you alternate your screws. You're gonna start one at the bottom, then go to the top, kind of like an X pattern, and then tighten them down. If you're gonna use a drill, you can. I do that for a majority of it, probably 95% of it. But then at the last bit, I'm gonna go with the hand tool and make sure that they're very nice and tight. So obviously you do that with your drill, but you don't really know. A lot of times on this bolt, you don't want to strip these bolts, then you're gonna be in quite a bit of trouble on day one here. So just be gentle with it. You're gonna line it up with these little dashes that are grippers in here, and just make sure it's even. Which I'm not fully gonna tighten this down right now, guys, because watch this. I already went and bought my upgraded handlebar for this, so we're gonna throw this on instead. And nice, it almost matches. Look at that. I went with the matte. This was a matte. If you're looking at the Amazon carbon fiber handlebars, I'll link it in the description, but this is gonna look great. It's also a bit longer. This is the main reason I'm putting this on. See how much longer it is than this? That's gonna give us way improved handling and stability. So nothing against this handlebar they have on here. This is basically the same handlebar they put on all scooters, but this one is just gonna ride so much better. So I'm not gonna tighten any of this fully down yet, and we're gonna swap this out this afternoon before we go ride it. But just for now, I've got the handlebars loosely on here so we can take a look, we can turn it on, we can run it on the bench quick, and then we'll finish charging it and go for a ride later. Here goes the next lift test. Can we get it up on our bench here, and then we'll turn it on and see how she runs. Oh, it's a heavy one. This might be my heaviest scooter yet. I'll have to look it up on the, the thing, how much it weighs. It's heavy. It's heavy. There's another way you can do this. Let me show you right now. When I take it down, I'll do it too. But basically, you only lift the front, right? And you come at it like this. Say you're right here. You just lift the back. So there you're only lifting half the weight that way. So that's probably what I would suggest you do if you get this scooter, so you don't throw your back out, especially if you're an older guy like me. Not that old, but you know how you guys in your 30s and 40s, you get to that point where you don't want to do anything that's too crazy because you might hurt yourself, like lifting a 150-pound scooter. So let's check it out. Let's see it turn it on. Come up here. I've never turned this on before. I don't know how to turn it on. Looks like they put a QR code here. We could figure it out if we want to use the guide, but it also comes with these. Let's just start hitting buttons. Nothing happened. Let's try the power button. It might need to hit a charger first. A lot of times if they've been sitting for a month or more in a warehouse, the battery will go into storage state. Only way to get it on is with the charger, so I think we'll try that next. This is a sweet little charge port because it's all plastic here. You can tell you can't screw up and put it the wrong direction, and you also can't shock yourself. So that's nice. Nice plug on this. Nice and idiot proof. That's what we call that type of plug. Try it again there. I don't know. Let's try and turn it on up here now. Nothing.
I have to scan the QR code.
Fine. We'll do it live on video here. Hopefully it doesn't mess up. Let's see. We're scanning the QR code. Here, let me screen record it for you guys too. So we got this. Show me. Oh, it looks like nothing was found at this location.
Well, that's...
So yeah. Let's start putting the chip somewhere. That's the next step. This must go somewhere. You know, I assume they're both. Oh, one's unlocked and one's locked. That's actually interesting. Never seen that before.
All the cords are connected? We got no power.
There we go. Just took this. There it is. It's firing up. Did you get it? Let's see what battery. Ooh, this screen is beautiful. You guys want to see it? Thank you. We're almost done here. Looks like both of our blinkers are on, so we'll turn those off. And our headlights are on. They probably test that all last right before they send it out. Let's see, we got no power, but we need to pump it up. A couple levels here. We got D1, D2, D3, S, P, R. Why is there so many modes? What's the fastest? S. Usually S is the fastest. All right, here we go, guys. Let me unplug it. And let's do a initial freewheel test on this. Baby, can you come look at this? Because we want to see how fast it is on freewheel. That means with no load here, guys, how fast the top speed. Obviously, we're going to test that with the load too. But it's always interesting to see this compared to other scooters and see what they can do on no load. 3, 2, 1. Must be on kick to start here. Let me kick it off for a second. Ready? Yeah, S must not be the fastest, or we're in a limited mode right now. See, it's right around 25 kilometers an hour. What that tells me, we still have a speed limiter going on this scooter. It's either going to be typically something you got to unplug in the deck down below, but more than likely it's a setting on here that will change. So I'm going to do some more research here. We'll get that freewheel test here in the video as soon as possible. But for now, let's check out the lights. So we got, as you can tell, deck light. It's got side light here and on the pole. So this is something you don't see on a lot of other scooters, but I think Dualtron really popularized this, and it is a very nice safety feature. So not only does it look really cool, but I guarantee you when you're coming down streets, people that are turning onto the street you're on, they see you a lot sooner because of this from the side profile. Wow, look at this. Like, this whole back part lights up. That's actually sweet. Here it is at night. Whoa. That's the brake light. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's so bright. It's like the whole deck is lit up.
Whoa. So it's got strobe. There's our headlight, actually. I'm assuming you can go in the app and probably change the colors on these lights, too. All right, guys, it's the next day. I've got the scooter fully set up, put the handlebar on, and was going through all the settings and stuff. It takes quite a bit to learn this scooter, so have some patience when you get it. But let's do a freewheel. So we've got it, I believe, maxed out. Let's send it with no weight. So that's 97 miles an hour. And yeah, I already changed it to miles an hour, guys. So freewheel, we're hitting 97 miles an hour. This should definitely put us around 80, 75 on the road, which is nuts. This is the fastest scooter I've gotten yet. The scooter also has a passive keyless entry. So not only does it lock and everything, but it senses when you get close. So let's test it out and see if it will turn on when we get close here. We should be able to turn it on without us touching anything. There it is. Fires up, hopefully. Boom. So that, to me, is a really cool feature. Unlocks without you even doing anything, just sensing when you're close, sort of like a car, right? I mean, my RAV4 does that out there too, so same thing. Nice to bring in this car technology into scooters. And I'm gonna just gloss over the app right now just to show you. It comes in this light version. It looks like this, but you hit this button up here and it'll take you into the pro version. It looks a lot cleaner. And you can control stuff like the motors. You can watch your current and your temps here. But to me, the cool part is you can, monitor your battery cells, see where everything's at, see if anything's overheating, specifically like your BMS or your MOSFETs or your cells. Looks like it has 3 total temperature monitors in the cells itself. So that's probably one in the middle, one in the back, one in the front type of thing. So I do really like this app. It's basic, but it's got all the info that I like. It has a map where you can track things. I don't know if we're totally getting into this, but apparently you can make like a geolocation fence, so where you can block the scooter from running. If somebody were to steal it, like say out of this street here, then it wouldn't run for them. So that's cool. Electric fence is what they call that. In here you can find the advanced settings. So speed limit 100, cruise, I never use that. Kick start, that's going to be a kickoff. Assist parameters, so let's take a look at this. You can change all 3, D1, D2, D3, and you can customize all of these levels as far as I know. Yeah, so you can change so much on the power levels on this scooter. This is going to give you front and rear motor start and current, as well as EABS for each drive mode. So that's gonna give you endless, basically, customization. I don't know if I'm totally gonna use this app a lot now that it's all set up, now that I've got the settings all good to go, but it is nice to have it and check on the stats and check how your battery's doing live. So that's a sweet. It's nice having a smart BMS that can do all this. I think what we're gonna do is ride the scooter for a few days before we focus on making clips, just to get used to it, because you really got to be careful on a new scooter when you get it. Once I got it all, you know, in my muscle memory, then we'll go out and make some really cool videos for the review. So stick around, stay tuned. You'll see that next. Let's do a little 0 to 30 here. We'll reset. At 60. Woo! It's definitely got the speed that I like, that I love, honestly. That's what I love about these hyper scooters, is that quick takeoff where you're just gone. You're just gone.